Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
जय श्री
Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
चैतन्य प्रभु
Hare
नित्यानंद
Krishna,
श्री
Krishna
अद्वैत
Krishna, Hare
गदाधर
Ram, Hare
श्रीवासादि
Krishna,
गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम हरे
Hare Ram.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम
Ram, Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे 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 राम
Hare Krishna, Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे हरे कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare Ram,
राम
Hare
राम हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram, Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम हरे
Hare
राम राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare Ram, Hare
राम
Ram,
राम हरे
Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare Ram,
राम
Hare Ram,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे हरे
Chaitanya Prabhu
राम राम हरे हरे
Ji,
कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Ram, Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Ram
हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण हरे
Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare Krishna,
राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Ram
हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे राम
Krishna Krishna, Chaitanya
राम
Prabhu
राम हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण
Hare Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
कृष्ण
Rama Rama,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
हरे
Rama
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
राम हरे हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे हरे राम हरे राम हरे
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare
राम हरे राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
जय
Ram,
श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
चैतन्य
Ram,
प्रभु
Hare Krishna,
नित्यानंद
Hare
श्री
Ram, Hare
अद्वैत
Krishna, Hare
गदाधर
Ram, Hare
शिवासदि
Krishna,
गौर
Hare
भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे राम
Krishna,
हरे राम राम
Hare
राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
राम हरे
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे राम
Ram, Hare
राम राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम राम
Krishna, Hare
राम हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram, Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Hare,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram, Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna Krishna, Hare
राम
Hare,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram, Ram
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare,
राम
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
हरे
Rama
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram, Ram
राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
हरे
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram, Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे हरे
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
हरे
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम
Ram
हरे
Ram, Hare
राम
Hare,
राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna Hare Hare,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram, Ram
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Hare,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare,
हरे
Hare
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
राम
Hare,
हरे
Ram, Hare
राम
Hare
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna
Hare,
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Ram,
हरे
Hare
Ram,
हरे
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
राम
Hare
Hare,
हरे
Ram,
राम
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Krishna,
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare
राम
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Krishna, Krishna
राम राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
Ram
हरे
Ram
राम
Ram
हरे
Hare Hare,
राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे
Ram,
हरे हरे
Ram
राम
Ram Ram Hare Hare,
राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Ram
हरे
Krishna,
Ram
हरे
Hare
Krishna
Ram
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Ram
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Ram,
राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे हरे
Hare Rama,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे
Rama
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे
Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama, Hare
हरे
Rama, Rama
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare Rama,
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare
राम
Rama,
राम
Hare
हरे
Krishna
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
हरे
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Rama,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Rama,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण हरे
Rama, Hare Rama,
हरे
Krishna
राम
Hare
राम राम हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare
हरे
Rama,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम हरे हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Rama, Hare
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Hare
राम
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Chaitanya
Krishna Hare
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda
Hare
Sri
Ram
Advaita Katara
Ram
Shiva
Ram
Shari
Hare
Prabhu
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा प्लीज accept my humble obeisances. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from Texas College Station welcoming all of you to Bhakti Sangha conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy name which are to be avoided written by Srila Vyasadeva in Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the order of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not to have complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Before we move on to our next part of the session, which is glorification of Acharyas, may I know who all joined this morning? Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Vintagadalika Mataji, always Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devdasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your recitation. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Okay, then I'll continue the chanting until Prabhuji joins. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Yeah, Prabhuji joined. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Jivana GauraHari Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of glories of Mahesh Pandit, Jagadish Pandit, Devanand Pandit, Locana Thakur, Ramachandra Kaviraj, Gopal, Bhatta Goswami. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for joining and enlightening us on the topic of different acharyas. Whenever you come with the beautiful PPTs where we can go to different places to visit these all acharyas. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Over to you. Hare Krishna.
Happy Krishna Conscious New Year to Vinita Gandharvika Mataji and to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So let this New Year be always filled with the consciousness of Gaura Katha and Krishna Katha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Prabhuji, with your association. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna to all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Happy Krishna Conscious New Year. So we have Gaurabda. So our New Year thoughts after Gaura Purnima. And this year, let us all pray to Lord Chaitanya and to his dear associates. They have descended into this material world to completely fill up and inundate this entire universe with pure love for Krishna. And that's why actually Lord Chaitanya's associates, they are very, very merciful and they are always with us. And the Vrindavan Das Thakur, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, Lochan Das Thakur, they all praise and glorify Mahaprabhu's associate. Only by the mercy of Mahaprabhu associates, we can get pure love for Krishna. It is 100% guaranteed. And we have to simply glorify, appreciate their activities, and fill up our thoughts with their glorious Leela and how merciful they were. And the most important aspect is that when we assist them in their preaching mission, that is actually our real love for Lord Chaitanya's associates. So everyone should actually preach in some way or the other, especially about Lord Chaitanya and his associates, because for this Kali Yuga, they are our worshipable God, non-different from Krishna. So first we will hear about the glorious pastimes of Mahesh Pandit. Mahesh Pandit is one among the Dwadasa Gopala, Mahabahu, very, very intimately connected to Lord Krishna. And he has descended in Lord Chaitanya's Leela as Mahesh Pandit. So Lord Chaitanya and his dear associates, they inaugurated the Sankirtan movement, because the Sankirtan movement is the most efficient and effective way to attain pure love for Krishna, even in this lifetime. Even in this lifetime, it is possible, certainly possible. How? Only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and by his dear associates. Prabhupada has confirmed this, because we don't know how deeply Lord Chaitanya and his dear associates, they are all loving us. In this material world, we all know that Lord Krishna is generally worshipped by the common class of people in order to get many benediction. But in Chaitanya Leela, we can find that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate, they are worshipping Radha Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they are benedicting this entire universe. And also, Lord Krishna, he worships his superior, who are none other than his dear associates. Okay, first we will hear about the glorious pastimes of Devananda Pandit. This is actually a crucial lesson for us, because Lord Chaitanya's associates, they are innumerable. They can't be even counted. But in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya calendar, approximately around 60 to 64 Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas' appearance and disappearance day are being mentioned. Sometimes the question may be asked, why only this 60 to 64 Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas' appearance and disappearance day we are celebrating? Why not the others? So these Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas' name are handpicked by our authorities like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakur, and also by Gaura Kishore Dasa Babaji Maharaj, and especially Devananda Pandit. He is perfectly relevant to us, what we should do and what we should not do. And we should know the identity of Devananda Pandit before entering into the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealing with Devananda Pandit. In Krishna Leela, Devananda Pandit is Bhaguri Muni. Who is Bhaguri Muni? The personified form of Vedas takes shelter of Bhaguri Muni. In material world, we all know that we have 4 Vedas, 18 Puranas, 108 Upanishads. So the personification of that form takes shelter under Bhaguri Muni. Bhaguri Muni is none other than the chief priest of Nanda Bhavan or Nanda Alaya, the house of Nanda Maharaj. And he is the king of the sages. So he used to come daily and then offer his protective mantra in various limbs of Lord Sri Krishna's body. He used to utter mantra, then he used to put a protective armlet, and then he used to smell Lord Krishna's head, and then he benedicts, because he being having Brahminical quality, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, they used to have tremendous faith on Baguri Mani. Because Brahmana means there are various categories of Brahmana, but such category of Brahmana like Baguri Mani, they are free from falsehood, fault finding, no arrogance, no envy, no hatred, and he is Veda Garbha, the perfect knower of the Vedas, and always in transcendental consciousness. So such a personality, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda completely believes that when Baguri Mani blesses their child, then he will be protected. So such is the position of Baguri Mani in the spiritual world. So the same person under whom the four Vedas take shelter, he has appeared in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes as Sri Devananda Pandit. So we all know that how Gargacharya blessed Krishna Balaram, and Krishna Balaram accepted the blessings of Gargacharya. So like that, Baguri Muni, he is blessing Krishna daily, every day, because this parental mood of love, Krishna becomes so dependent on them. And the parents always believe in the protective safety of their beloved child. So that's why actually Baguri Muni, he comes out of his own accord. See, the four Vedas, they take shelter of Baguri Muni with awe and reverence. But Baguri Muni, he sees Lord Krishna as only a Brajavasi. So he doesn't have even a slight tinge of awe and reverence. But when he comes as Devananda Pandit, he is a great scholar. He knows the complete inner meaning of the Puranas. So such is the position of Devananda Pandit. And we all know that how actually Devananda Pandit committed offense and how later he got rectified. Because the core lesson is that sometimes question may be asked, what if a powerful warrior supports adharma? That's why actually Krishna put Bhishma in support of Kauravas, because when there was a fight between Bhishma and Parasuram, there was a sound from the sky, oh, Bhishma has won. So we all know that how Parasuram, he actually destroyed the 21 generations of Kshatriya. So Bhishma was equally competing with Parasuram. And even if he is put in support of Kauravas, only Dharma can win. So like that, in the case of Devananda Pandit, under whom the four Vedas take shelter, if he commits an offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, then his bhakti is doomed. That is the lesson which we have to learn, and that is relevant to our spiritual life. Because actually the tendency is that, oh, I have done so many service to my Guru Maharaj. I am very dear, favorite, pet, and Krishna likes me so much, whatsoever it may be. If he commit an offense, whosoever it may be, whether it is Baguri Muni or it is an exalted personality in spiritual life, if he commits an offense at the lotus feet of the devotee, it is the best way to get deprived of Lord Krishna's mercy. So this is the perfect character, because we also want to have such character, no? Big devotees, Brahma, Narada, Vyasa, and all the acharyas coming from the Guru disciplic succession, they fear for these two things. One is Maya, that's why we need to take complete shelter of Krishna. Second one is Vaishnava Parat. Very, very dangerous. So we have to be very, very careful. And this pastime happened at Koladweep. Now the present day, modern day Navadweep, which is also called as Kulia, and this is Devananda Gaudiya Math. This is the exact place where Lord Chaitanya forgave Devananda Pandit. And when we used to visit this place, whoever has offended us, we should forgive them so that the spiritual journey to go back home, back to Godhead is very smooth. Because here Lord Chaitanya gave forgiveness not only to Devananda Pandit, not only to Gopala Chappal, not only to a Brahmana who offended the devotees, but he also gave tips, spiritual tips for the fallen householders that we will be seeing. And this is the exact spot, because this exact spot was identified by Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur when he was going through this road. Then he gave instruction to his disciples. This is the exact place where Lord Chaitanya forgave Devananda Pandit, and this place we need to acquire. And later, this place was acquired and beautifully maintained by Gaudiya Math. Now we can go there and take advantage of those places, the exact place. So much mercy is in Koladvip, because the only obstacle which a devotee faces in spiritual life is committing aparadh to Vaishnavas or Vaishnavis, knowingly or unknowingly. Knowingly or unknowingly, if we touch fire, then it will hurt us. So similarly, Krishna Prem is surrounded by aparadh. So only when we are removed, when we want to get Lord Sri Krishna's blessings, we should be completely free from Vaishnava aparadh. It's very, very, Nama aparadh is very, very dangerous, especially Vaishnava aparadh is extremely detrimental in one's development in Krishna conscious life. Sometimes we feel that somehow or other we are floating in Krishna conscious life, but are we getting taste in chanting the holy name? If not so, then it means that our Krishna prema is being obstructed by Vaishnava aparadh. So here Lord Chaitanya, he used to do Nama Sankirtan along with his dear associates. But Devananda Pandit, he didn't have even a tinge of attraction to either to Mahaprabhu or to his dear associates or in his Harinam Sankirtan. He was completely indifferent. He was unattracted, but he was giving a Bhagavatam lecture without highlighting the glories of a devotional service. Lord Chaitanya was not very pleased with the way of Bhagavatam being recited from the mouth of Devananda Pandit. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whenever he used to pass through this road after doing Nama Sankirtan, then he would ask, who is reciting Srimad Bhagavatam? Then the associates would say, Devananda Pandit. He doesn't even have any tinge of devotional service. I want to go to his ashram and I want to tear the Bhagavatam. No one should hear. So all such pastimes happened here. And we all know that Srivas Pandit, who is none other than Narada Muni, once when he was walking along this road path, he just heard the sound vibration of Bhagavata sloka being recited, and he was actually attracted, like iron piece particle being attracted to a magnet, and he went inside. Just by hearing the sound vibration of Bhagavata sloka, he started to faint in ecstasy and he started to scream. But the disciples of Devananda Pandit thought that it was a great disturbance and they threw him out, and he was a silent observer. Who? Devananda Pandit. Because he didn't know the ultimate purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is none other than devotional service. And the offensive part is that when Srivas Pandit, when he came to external consciousness, he was embarrassed and he was deeply hurt because he was lying in the roadside. He was completely embarrassed and deeply hurt. So it's a great offense to a pure devotee. And actually, Prabhupada used to say that When a disciple makes misdeed or his conduct is not proper, then the reaction goes to the spiritual master. That's why Prabhupada used to mention that when the four Kumaras were being obstructed entering the Vaikuntha by Jaya Vijaya, Lord Narayana came out saying that if my devotee has committed any aparadh to you, you have the complete freedom to cut my hands. So the Sanatan Dharma or the Bhagavata Dharma, how Lord Krishna is preserving is that if even a little tinge of offense is being committed to the Vaishnava, irrespective of whatever level they are, then they can't actually relish the ecstatic, deep, sentimental feelings of pure love for Krishna, which is none other than Krishna Prema. They will be deprived. And the material world is designed in such a way that even though if they are deprived, they still feel that they are the most happy, even if they are in the most pitiable condition. So it is very, very crucial lesson for all of us to learn that we should be extremely careful while dealing with Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. However deep relationship we have with our spiritual master and Krishna, however menial services we might have done earlier, in whatever capacity we have done good missionary activities, if he offend a devotee, whether he is in a managerial position or not in a managerial position, the reaction is sure to come. There is no doubt on that. So one such example is Devananda Pandit. The four Vedas, the entire personified form of the Vedic wisdom is taking shelter of Bhaguri Muni. And when he commits aparadh, deprived of mercy, and mother of bhakti, Sachi Devi, when she committed aparadh to Advaita Acharya, she was deprived of Krishna Prem. So Krishna wants to teach us such a lesson, whosoever it may be, whether it is my mother or even if it is Bhaguri Muni, under whom the four Vedas take shelter, if they commit offense, I will never tolerate those devotees. Krishna even doesn't want to see such faces of those devotees. Sometimes the spiritual master may chastise a disciple, get lost, I don't want to see your face. It means that he has committed Vaishnava aparadh. Little, then it has grown up to such an extent that even the spiritual master doesn't want to see the face of a disciple. The words of the spiritual master and words of the Supreme Lord are one and the same. So we have to be extremely careful in this. In this one aspect, there is no compromise because actually the Sanatan Dharma revolves under this that Name Bhakta Pranashyati, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. No one can actually hurt a devotee. If someone is trying to hurt the devotee, it means that he is only getting hurted. If we love someone, someone will love us. If we hate someone, someone will hate us. If we judge someone, someone will judge us. If we commit aparadh, we get reaction in some other form or the other. The better way is that actually we should always have this mood of fallen mentality and also thinking that I deserve this, but the Supreme Lord and his dear devotees, they have minimized my karmic reaction as much as possible. The highest karmic reaction comes when one offends a pure Vaishnava. Massive karmic reaction. So the best example in Prabhupada Leelamrita is Nayar. He actually, when Prabhupada was in Hyderabad, he actually stormed inside Prabhupada's room, had a heated argument, and then went outside banging the door. Then the next day he got heart attack. Krishna doesn't tolerate pure devotees. Sometimes the mind will give the excuse, I am correct, but he hasn't understood my mentality and he has committed aparadh. So when we are in the victim end, it is always better to think that Krishna is trying to rectify us, because rather than jumping on them, bouncing on them, then the reaction will be still more critical. So Devananda Pandit, actually, he knew the Vedas perfectly well. He is Veda Garbha, and he had complete control of his senses. He is mumukshu, desiring the impersonal liberation. He is a smarta brahmana. And the problem, one more thing in practical life when it comes, is that we are always attached to rules and regulation. Sometimes when it comes in the spirit mood of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement, the devotees may be very merciful in giving the holy name, prasad, distributing books. We may not understand their mood and we may speak rules, regulations. And sometimes there are chances that we may commit aparad. It is extremely detrimental. The person who is engaged in the preaching missionary spirit, according to our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, they are really having the actual love for Krishna. So when we want to take any action or discipline or whatever it may be, even the managerial line or even in the satsanga of devotees, we should comprehend what is the mood of our previous acharyas. Very, very crucial, because sometimes being in a managerial position, we may not know that how the other person is spreading mercy, and we may try to impede his further action of giving mercy. It may be very detrimental, but maybe managerially it can be justified. But Krishna, dear associates of Lord Chaitanya, they will not be pleased. So Devananda Pandit, so he was continually giving everyday Bhagavatam classes. The four Vedas have taken shelter of him, but he is giving Bhagavatam classes without praising, glorifying, devotional service. So this was continuing, and when Pandit was thrown out, then when it reached the ears of Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu actually, he was fuming. He immediately declared that whatever he may speak, it is not going to be devotional service. And he was completely indifferent in giving respect to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was doing Nama Sankirtan pastimes daily, but he was getting unattracted. Why? Because only of the offense. And after Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, and then he went to Jagannath Puri, and after he returned there, he wanted to see Mother Sachi and also Mother Ganga. And at that time, Vakreshwara Pandit, he came to Kulia, the present day Navadip. He was dancing continuously. He could dance continuously for 72 hours. And all the demigod along with their consort, they were seeing the spiritual dance of Vakreshwara Pandit. They got attracted. Everyone in Navadip got attracted. But somehow or other, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Nama Sankirtan pastime couldn't attract Devananda Pandit. But Devananda Pandit, somehow he got attracted to Vakreshwara Pandit. And then he called him to his house, and then he nicely served him warm hospitality. And then he surrendered to Vakreshwara Pandit. So when this news reached Mahaprabhu, he was very happy. Oh, he was serving the devotees nicely. Then actually, Lord Chaitanya, he gave back pure love for Krishna to Devananda Pandit. And his instruction was that whenever you preach Srimad Bhagavatam, whether it is in the beginning or in the middle or the end of each sloka, it should always highlight the glories of devotional service, bhakti yoga. Without bhakti yoga, actually, Bhagavatam means actually every akshara should be connected with the Krishna. That's why Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in one magazine, one devotee wrote an article with many Krishna name. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was very pleased, though the Siddhanta was very less being expressed in a lowly manner. There were many Krishna's name, so he was very happy. So that is devotional service, connecting everything with Krishna. So here he was serving the devotees. He actually offended Srivas Thakur, but he again took shelter of another devotee. So it actually brought him closer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Gopala Chapal was also a personality. He also wanted to ruin the reputation of Srivas Thakur. He was also forgiven here. And he told to Gopal Chapal, go and then ask for forgiveness from Srivas Pandit. If he could forgive you, then you will be relieved from this deadly Vaishnava aparadha, because he was contracted with the leprosy. And then one more Brahmana also approached to Lord Chaitanya. He was saying that when we are doing Nama Sankirtan pastimes at Navadip, I used to blaspheme all the devotees, but I now realize that I have done a great mistake. What can I do? And Lord Chaitanya told that if a person has taken poison, the antidote is that he has to drink ambrosia, which gives life-giving nectar, and he can be immortal. The same mouth which has criticized the Vaishnava, you should glorify and praise the Vaishnavas. In that way, actually, it can be neutralized. The same way, if a person has criticized a Vaishnava, then he should naturally know the art how to glorify and appreciate the Vaishnava. It's very, very crucial. It is always better to glorify and appreciate the Vaishnava. If you don't do that, then naturally the negative feeling of envy may crop in. And what it will do, no one knows. So better, the best form of defense is offense. Offense in the sense that we should always try to glorify the good quality of the Vaishnavas. So in that way, he was also relieved. And the householders of Navadip, the Kulia, they all approached Lord Chaitanya asking that we are all fallen householders. They mentioned the word fallen householders. What should we do? In Kali Yuga, actually, everyone is a fallen. Even if one takes up householder life, he is actually fallen one day. So Mahaprabhu said only two things: incessantly chant the holy name and serve the Vaishnavas who are dear to Lord Sri Krishna. So in that way, we can rectify our situation. But it is always better that we maintain the mode that I am the most fallen. So Mahaprabhu gave these two instructions: serve the Vaishnavas who are very dear to Krishna, and also to incessantly chant the holy name. Because when we serve the devotees, Krishna will be most pleased. And when Krishna is most pleased, then one can chant incessantly the holy name. The only impeding factor is actually only aparad, especially the Vaishnava aparad. Sins doesn't matter. After he chants, actually, whatsoever sin he may have committed in the previous lifetimes, it will all get burnt away. But aparad is more dangerous. We can easily walk in water, but it is very difficult to walk in muddy sand. So aparad is like walking in a muddy sand. It may pull our legs. Very difficult to even pull our legs and to put our next step forward. So aparad is very, very dangerous, and that's why actually the personified form of Vedas, they are taking shelter of Bhaguri Muni. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has perfectly placed Bhaguri Muni as Devanand Pandit in his Leela pastime, clearly demonstrating that whosoever it may be, if they offend a devotee, then they will be deprived of pure love for Krishna, Krishna's mercy, whosoever it may be. And that's why actually there are innumerable branches of Lord Chaitanya's devotional tree. We can't remember all those personalities' name and pastimes. But what is relevant to us, the Acharyas have given us their appearance day and disappearance day in our Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar. And if we follow that, it is more than enough, more than sufficient. So this is actually a crucial lesson that even every exalted personality should learn from Devananda Gaudiya Math. Whatever elevated, exalted platform we may be, the next chance, I see many devotees so dear to Guru Maharaj, rendering many services. Then out of familiarity, they may offend another devotees. Then they get a reaction, whatsoever it may be. It's practically tangible. Krishna is very, very strict on this. After they rectify their mentality only, they can advance further. So it's a very, very crucial step of learning lessons from Devananda Gaudiya Math. This first time happened at Koladweep. Generally, when persons do Navadip Pandal Parikrama, in Koladweep also devotees used to halt one night at the camp. So His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj used to say that when you come to this place, you should remember those devotees and pray for those devotees who have offended you. Because here actually Lord Chaitanya, he actually relieved Devananda Pandit, Gopala Chappal, and also the Brahmana, and also gave instruction to the fallen householders. Because in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, we should see that even whether we are committing mistake or not, that is different. If someone has offended us in the sense that when we feel that we are deeply hurt, we should pray for him. And this is the perfect place. In Shastra, actually, Sri Perumbudur, the birthplace of Ramanujacharya, that is also a perfect place to chant for those devotees, pray for those devotees whom has offended us. And this place, Devananda Gaudiya Math, the specific spot of Koladip, is also a perfect place. So when we forgive others, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will make arrangement that if we consciously or unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly, if we have committed any offense to other devotees, they would also forgive us. That's why I said earlier, if we love some person, someone will love us. If we hate some person, someone will hate us. If we judge someone, someone will judge us. If we give forgiveness to others, then others also will give us forgiveness. So this is actually reciprocation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us. Devananda Pandit ki jai. So then we will enter into the pastimes of Mahesh Pandit. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after he took sannyas, he likes to walk along the Shukshagar road, which is along the path of the Ganges, because he wants to always have the company of Mother Ganga. There is a Shukshagar god, which is going from Navadip to Howrah, along the bank of the Ganges. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he likes to walk. So there is a place called as a Palpara. In that place, Palpara only, the Samadhi of Mahesh Pandit we can see. He is also one among the 12 Dwadasa Gopala, Mahabahu. Very, very dear, confidential servant of Lord Nityananda. And he used to dance according to the tune of the kettle drum. So his dance is also very, very attractive, like Vakreshwara Pandit. And all the demigods, along with their consorts, used to watch them. And all the people, residents, they will flock and then they will try to get blessings from Mahesha Pandit. And whomever he blesses, they will roll in ecstasy with Krishna Prem. No initiation, no Mangalarati, no sadhana. Just by his glance, they will get pure love for Krishna. Sometimes a question may also arise. See, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime, whenever he passes through villages, towns, he would embrace and hug. They would get Krishna Prem. And similar things also happens to Lord Chaitanya's pastime. But why? For us, I am chanting for so many years, doing sadhana, and also attending Mangalarati, taking initiation, regularly attending the program, visiting Yatra often. Why I am still not getting? In many cases, I have seen in devotees, even with the devotees who generally have the tendency to criticize, but who regularly chants, when they enter into coma or whether they become unconscious in the hospital, when we ask some question, they will chant only the Maha Mantra, or whatever question we put, they will say only Hare Krishna. I have seen in present devotees community, they may be normal devotees, and sometimes apparently we may see that they are often fault finding like that. But when they go to the coma stage or become unconscious, Krishna makes sure that he is forgetful of all other things except chanting Hare Krishna. So we should have complete faith in the system and the process and become more serious and dedicated. So whoever being surrounded around us, they are all exalted devotees. So we should have the faith that actually they have descended into this material to give pure love for Krishna, especially for me because I am the most fallen, and we have to also assist them in the preaching mission. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 11th chapter, 32nd sloka, so the glorious pastimes of Mahesh Pandit is being mentioned. Mahesha Pandita Brajera Udara Gopal Dakkavade Nritya Kore Preme Mato Jol. Mahesh Pandit, the seventh of the 12 Gopalas, was very liberal in great love of Krishna. He danced to the beating of a kettle drum like a madman. So he was also dancing like a madman, and whoever came in his orbit and proximity, they also used to chant and dance like a madman. That is pure love for Krishna. Pure love for Krishna, Krishna Prem can be appreciated only when we are outside of it. When we enter into Krishna Prema, we have sweet love with Krishna, sweet heart dedicated to Krishna. But no one realizes that he is in Krishna Prem, and no one realizes that Krishna is Supreme Lord. Oh, Krishna is so dear to me. He is a Vrajavasi. That's all. That is Krishna Prem. So Krishna Prem can be appreciated only by person who are not in Krishna Prem. When one achieves the status of Krishna Prem, then he only has a sweet love, sweet relationship, sweet heart with Krishna. And he feels that he is ordinary. And he also feels that in one sense Krishna is ordinary, but he is very, very lovable. So such mood also is very, very important in our spiritual life advancement. And this is the Samadhi of Mahesha Pandit, Palpara. Actually, he was residing in a place called as Jirat. In the eastern side of the Ganga, there is a place called as Jirat, and the place is also called as Shuksagar. But when river Ganga took its different course, that got drenched. So actually, his worshipable deity was all shifted to Palpara. And these are all the wonderful places. Just a 10 minutes walk from the Palpara main temple, where the worshipable deity of Mahesha Pandit is being kept. All these places, just 5 to 10 minutes walkable. All these wonderful places and Samadhi of Mahesha Pandit can be seen. And this is the temple. When we go there during lunchtime, actually, they nicely feed Krishna Prasad. So humble, humility. And we can see reciprocation, how the acharyas are reciprocating through those devotees. So this is actually the personal worshipable deity of Mahesha Pandit. So in a beautiful posture, sometimes devotee may ask, sometimes Gaur Nitaya raising their hand, and sometimes the hands are below the waist, and one hand is raised. When he is raising both of his hands, he is giving the message instruction that all of you raise your hands and then chant. the holy name of Lord Krishna. So when he is putting both the hands below his waist, it means that I am ready to give you shelter. Come on, take my shelter. Come and then take shelter in my lotus feet. They're very, very merciful. And when he is raising one hand, so he's also giving the instruction. Jare deko tare kaho Krishna upadesha amara agyaya guru hai taraye desh. So whomever you meet, tell about the instructions of Lord Krishna as spoken in Bhagavad Gita. Tell him to worship Lord Krishna and make him to chant the holy name of Krishna. So many lessons from the various postures of Gauranitai. So these are all the places. This is actually this Palpara, these places are all just only 2 hours travel from Mayapur while going on the way to Howrah. So it's a must visit place. Shukshagar, many places are all there. So then we will see about the glorious pastimes of Jagadish Pandit. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, 11th chapter, 30th verse. Jagadisha Pandita hoy Jagat Pavana Krishna Premamrita Varshe Jaina Varsha Gona. Jagadish Pandit, the 15th branch of Lord Nityananda's followers, was the deliverer of the entire world. The devotional love of Krishna showered from him like torrents of rain. Torrents of rain. Actually, sometimes question may arise in our mind. Oh, this much innumerable living entities, have they really delivered? Still, the world population is 700 crore, 800 crore. Actually, one medical dentist doctor was saying, even within our teeth and between the enamel, there are more than 700 crore bacteria. So if we chant the holy name, actually, it is benefiting the 700 crore bacteria in one's own tooth and between the enamel. So it is also one type of deliverance only. So in spite of innumerable living entities being delivered during Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's and their dear associates' pastime, it is uncountable. So we have to get perfected and we have to show mercy whomever Krishna sends to us. That's all. But there are innumerable living entities. But we have to first perfect our life. And certainly, when we perfect our life, those who are surrounding us, they also get the benefit of getting perfected. So Jagadish Pandit in Krishna Leela, he is the wife of the Brahmana, Yajna Patni. His father name is Kamalaksha. His brother name is Hiranya Pandit. Wife is Dukkini. Then when Jagannath Mishra shifted his residence to Mayapur, Jagadish Pandit also shifted his residence along with his brother Hiranya Pandit to Mayapur. He actually had his residence somewhere near Godrumadweep. And we all know in the pastime of observing Ekadasi, Nimai Pandit, he didn't cease crying. He was continuously crying. So the best antidote medicine they used to have is that clap their hands and chant Hari's name. But in spite of that, he was continually crying. And when Jagannath Mishra asked him, "What do you want?" Then he started to speak. "I want to honor the remnants of the food that has been offered to Lord Vishnu in the house of Jagadish Pandit." Jagadish Pandit and Jagannath Mishra, they were close friends. Then Jagannath Mishra approached Jagadish Pandit and then he said the instance, and then he was completely shocked. How could, because even my neighbor, they doesn't know that I am actually offering so much of foodstuff to my worshipable Lord Vishnu deity, and how can your son Nimai know? So it means that Krishna is in the form of your son. That's all. So such dear pastimes also happened, and Ekadasi, yeah, we need to follow. But for Bhagavan, there is no need to observe Ekadasi Vrat. Ekadasi Vrat is for our own spiritual advancement. So much glory and mercy one can attain when he follows Ekadasi Vrata. Krishna is very, very merciful. And he actually reciprocated. That's why actually, because in each Acharya's pastime, we can learn many lessons. And in Jagadish Pandit pastime, we can know that how actually the Yajna Patni, the wives of the Brahmana, they were so curious and they were lamenting and hankering to feed Krishna Balaram. Oh, if this message would have been told to us earlier, we might have already prepared so much food stuff. But in spite of that, they ready-madely made all types of offering, and their breasts were flowing with milk to feed Krishna. So here, Nimai, he actually reciprocated. Nimai once reciprocated with the wife of Jagadish Pandit by sucking the breast milk of his wife, Dukini Devi. Nityananda Prabhu once breastfed, he actually sucked the breast milk of Malini, the wife of Srivas Pandit. She had so much affection for Nitai. Dukini, she had so much affection for Nimai. All devotional sentiments are taken into account. And nicely, Nimai and Nitai, they are reciprocating. So they had, because this Yajna Patni, they had parental love, Vatsalya Bhav. So that's why Jagadish Pandit and his wife, Dukini, they showed parental love to Nimai, and Nimai perfectly reciprocated by drinking the milk from her breast. So, spiritual life, whatever desire we develop, Krishna is there to reciprocate. But when he will reciprocate, that is up to Krishna. But the devotee should have faith that actually Krishna will reciprocate. So this is actually Badrol Bihari temple. This is, I think it is in Ashokavan, just a 10 minutes travel from our Krishna Balaram temple. This is the exact spot where actually all the Brahminical wives came with the necessary foodstuff, and then they gave all such offerings to Krishna Balaram. So it was a nice, perfect reciprocation. Because in material world, everyone works hard for the master, and even in personal relationship, sometimes there may be complaint that they have not understood my intent, my feeling. They don't understand how much I am dedicated to them, and then how much we love them. That's material world. No one can understand what others think. But here actually Krishna can perfectly reciprocate. And Jagadish Pandit was one such personality. And Jagadish Pandit, brother Hiranya Pandit, in his house only Nityananda Prabhu stayed. And then there is a nice pastime how the dacoits, they came and then entered into the house of Hiranya Pandit and they wanted to steal. But again, they were punished. And then later they repented and then got blessings from Nityananda Prabhu. They also got a pure love for Krishna. So all such pastimes happened here. Hiranya Pandit, Jagadish Pandit, they are all very, very devoted followers of Lord Chaitanya. So they are all eternal associates. The eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya are eternal associates of Lord Krishna. And simply by hearing such a intimate connection of the devotees with Krishna Balaram, with Nimai Nitai, naturally our tendency is to glorify and appreciate. Then we also slowly, gradually, knowingly or unknowingly, we will enter into the eternal pastime. That's all. So that's why Krishna consciousness means somehow or other we should be fully absorbed in hearing and chanting about the holy names of Lord Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya, he did Nama Sankirtan. Whenever Jagadish Pandit and his wife Dukini saw Mahaprabhu along with his Sankirtan pastime team, he used to invite them to his house and then he used to provide prasad. And when Nimai and his Sankirtan team devotees actually honored the food, then they became very happy. So like in Krishna Leela, in Nanda Bhavan, after pasturing the cows when they are returning home, Krishna used to say to every one of his friends, "You all should come to my home." Then Mother Yashoda would make them sit in a row, and they would be given with many varieties of sweet food stuff. They would eat and then smile, laugh, and then play. Mother Yashoda used to express his parental love, what she had with Krishna, to all his dear associates. So it is an eternal competition serving the Supreme Lord, because actually parents only, they are in a better position to serve the child. Child is in a position to accept the service. So here actually, whether it is Nanda Maharaj Yashoda or whether it is here Jagadish Pandita or his dear wife Dukini, Nimai accepts more service from them. And then both of them feel greatly satisfied. Whether they are feeling satisfaction or peace, it all rests in the platform of bliss. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, actually they could not bear separation. And one more lesson which we can hear, which we can learn from Jagadish Pandit is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Jagadish Pandit, "You please go to Nilachal and then propagate the holy name." So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was propagating the holy name at Sridham Mayapur Navadip. But actually he wanted his dear associate to go to Nilachal and then propagate the holy name. And after getting the instruction, he went to Nilachal and then he propagated the holy name. And actually he was completely mesmerized by the beautiful darshan of Jagannath deity. He actually wanted to put up his permanent residence at Jagannath Puri. But Jagannath came in his dream and then instructed him that now it's the time of Nava Kalevara. Now I want to come along with you. I will come along with you. Make a residence for me. We all can permanently stay together and we will have a loving reciprocation. So Jagadish Pandit asked that, "You are very heavy. How can I, as a single person, carry you?" Then he told that, "With your Jolna bag." Jolna bag means it can be tied from our neck or from our shoulder, or at least it can be tied from a bamboo stick. I will become as light as a feather. You carry me. But the only condition is that if you keep me in one place, I will remain fixed. So with this condition, then actually, how can you come along with me? Then the king and the other people will all abstract. Then he told that, "No problem. I will give instruction to the king. So he will make arrangements." So in that way, actually, he was carrying Jagannath in a bamboo stick. And he became like a feather. And he traveled all along the way from Nilachal Dham to Navadip. Before 50, 60 kilometers before Navadip is a place called as Chakdaha. So here also Bhagirath Muni actually, because this is the path of the Ganga, so his chariot also got stuck. That's why this place is called as Chakdaha. So nice, wonderful, beautiful serenity scene of Ganga is also flowing there. So here actually, when Jagadish Pandit came here, he saw a Brahmana boy and then requested the Brahmana boy, "Please hold this deity. I will just go and then take dip in Ganga and I will come back." And then he took a dip at Ganga. And before he come, actually the weight of Jagannath started to increase, and the Brahmana boy told her that, "I cannot bear anymore," and then he kept below. And then actually when Jagadish Pandit tried to lift the deity, it became too heavy. Then he understood that actually, oh, it's the will of the Supreme Lord that he wants to stay here. But it was beneath a banyan tree. And then this message also went to the king. The king actually initially had a suspicion that, oh, he has come here to acquire some property of land here. That's why he has kept his deity here. Then actually he sent many elephants to pick up the Jagannath deity. But the elephants couldn't even move even an inch of the deity. It became too heavy. Then king also realized, oh, it is the supreme will of the Lord, and he gave around somewhere around 170 acres of land for this deity. And then Jagadish Pandit, along with his dear wife Dukini, they all stayed there. and then they started to worship Lord Jagannath. So still now, actually, in this place called as Chakdaha, we can see the same Lord Jagannath and also the same bamboo stick which Jagadish Pandit used to bring Jagannath after Nalakalavera from Nilachal to Chakdaha. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they came to this place twice. And Jagadish Pandit and Dukini, they served Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu in a loving, affectionate way. They reciprocated. And when Mahaprabhu started to leave Chakdaha to Puri, Dukini started to cry. Then Mahaprabhu told that, don't cry. I am always present in this form, Gaura Gopala deity. Accept this form. And then Dukini Devi, after seeing this Gaur Gopal deity, when she come and then offer prayers, offer food, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this form of Gaur Gopal deity would accept her loving reciprocation exchanges. So both this, actually, this Jagannath came here due to the devotion of Jagadish Pandit, and Gaur Gopal deity came to Chakdaha for the devotion Dukini she had with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagannath are one and the same, and they are manifesting themselves only under the care of the pure devotees. So we can have wonderful darshan of such deity. This is actually the entrance of the temple at Chakdaha, Jagadish Pandit. And also, it is actually being maintained by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Because when this, the lineage, the dynasty coming from Jagadish Pandit, they were maintaining the temple till the time of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Then that person who was maintaining the temple, he wrote a letter to Gaudiya Math stressing that he is ready to give this land to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur initially hesitated, who am I to maintain this temple? Because already a person coming from the line of Jagadish Pandit is already maintaining the temple. But he told that no, it's the will of the Lord. Then Bhakti Siddhanta lamented, oh, already Lord Jagannath wants to accept my service. Then actually, yeah, formal agreement was made, and then it came under the registered name of Gaudiya Math. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, see how Lord Jagannath is also reciprocating with Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So one lesson which we have to learn is that somehow or other, if we take shelter of a pure devotee, then they are sure that they will take us back home, back to Godhead. There was one close-to-door conversation with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. We all know that Siksha Guru means one can have many Siksha Guru. They give inspiration, instruction, and they informally connect us to the Guru Parampara. And the Diksha Guru means we all know that he gives inspiration, instruction, formally connects to the Guru Parampara, gives the spiritual name, gives the spiritual mantra, accepts our vows, and also removes our sinful reaction. So he just said, because this was the first time I heard such statement from him. So he said that a Siksha Guru can take his Siksha disciples till the door of Vaikuntha Loka. Only till the door of Vaikuntha Loka. Only a Diksha Guru comes out of the Vaikuntha door, and then he only escorts his Diksha disciple, and then he only introduces to Krishna. He told this statement because Jayapataka Swami Maharaj used to say that I am the Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru for all my disciples, and I take the complete responsibility for taking all my disciples back to Godhead. So I was pondering for many years. He's often repeating the statement. What is the deep meaning inside that? So he said that Diksha Guru, he has the adhikar to take the disciples and then introduce to Krishna in whatever rasa bhava they are there. So Krishna Mahaprabhu is very merciful that they are sending many forms of their guru to various disciples. So we should see them only as the direct mercy manifestation coming from Mahaprabhu and Krishna. We have both Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Because I also remember one time when Mataji nicely dressed the Radha Krishna deity, then Mataji's spiritual master, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, said to that Mataji, when you return to the spiritual world, Radha Krishna will receive you in the same dress which you have dressed. So we can see many instances are like that. So we should feel fortunate, and we should also feel that I am the most fallen, because we are in the Sankirtan moment of Lord Chaitanya. So here actually you can see the darshan of Lord Jagannath Ji, and also the stick which is in the extreme left with the light glowing in the top. That is the bamboo stick with which Jagadish Pandita brought Jagannath to this place called Chakdaha. And in the right hand side, this is Gaur Gopal deity. Mahaprabhu gave his own form, saying that I am non-different from this deity. So actually, when we visit this place, we should remember, pray, and then cry. That we also need to develop strong, deep, loving relationship with Mahaprabhu, and they are sure to reciprocate. There is no doubt on that. So Mahaprabhu he stayed here, and then he did Nama Sankirtan pastime twice along with Nityananda Prabhu. They were very pleased. So the wonderful deity. Kagdaha, Jagadish Pandit ki jai. So Mahaprabhu's lotus footprints are also impregnated there. So now we will hear about the glorious pastimes of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Many Goswamis came from various parts, and one such Goswami who came from South India is Gopala Bhatta Goswami, son of Venkada Bhatta. Venkada Bhatta was the head priest of Sriranga temple. So he is the head priest for the Sri Sampradaya, who was maintaining the temple. And by the divine will arrangement of the Supreme Lord, Gopala Bhatta Goswami took birth at Srirangam when Mahaprabhu came for South India Yatra. He came to Jagannath temple. Like how he came to Jagannath temple, got fainted, and how he was picked by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Similarly, after seeing Lord Jagannath, he also fainted, because even one of the Alvar in his song used to say that this Lord Ranganath is non-different from Krishna. When I go near him, actually only the butter smell, fragrance is coming from his lotus mouth. That's why Andal, she married Lord Ranganathji. This is Margari month, where actually here in South India they used to recite the Tirupavai, the Pasuram of Andal. Andal is depicting her, demonstrating her devotional movement, following in the footsteps of the gopis, thinking herself to be a gopi. But anyhow, after Lord Chaitanya stayed at the house of Venkada Bhatta, I think. After Lord Chaitanya stayed at the house of Venkada Bhatta, then only Lord Venkada Bhatta, he realized that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Till that he was thinking that Narayana is the Supreme Personality of God. There is no technical difference, but Krishna is the fountainhead of all incarnation. That Venkada Bhatta understood only by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Srirangam temple, which is located in the bank of river Kaveri. Mahaprabhu stayed here, took bath at Amma Mandapam. When he went to Madurai, he also took bath at Kritamala, which is presently now called as Kaveri. So Mahaprabhu, like how he used to perform Veda Kirtana pastimes around the Jagannath temple, here actually there are 7 layers, 7 walls of Ranganathji temple. Like before entering into Vaikunta, there are 7 doors. So like that, there will be 7 temple compound wall, 7 layers. So Mahaprabhu used to do Nama Sankirtan in each and every layer of parikrama. If a person has a spiritual vision, if he still goes to Ranganath temple, they can understand how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has impregnated pure love for Krishna Krishna Prem, even within the stone, it has melted. One who has spiritual vision, even if they go to Jagannath temple or Ranganathji temple, they can easily observe that. And this is actually the house of Venkata Bhatta. Now it was a big house, then partition. Now there is a small mutt where actually the worshipable deity of Mahaprabhu, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Devi, Sudarshan Chakra is being installed there. And how in Lord Jagannath temple, Mahaprabhu used to take darshan of Jagannath-ji very near to Garuda Stamba. So like that here also they have made. And Mahaprabhu did many Nama Sankirtan pastime. He was like a moving golden mountain. Actually, Srila Prabhupada is a great hero because actually he started the movement at New York. New York is actually Kalipurusha headquarters. In America, New York is Kalipurusha headquarters. So the great hero means that actually he should go into the court of the villain and then he should fight. So the Kalipurusha headquarters being in New York, Prabhupada started his movement there and then made them as devotees. Here at Srirangam, because there are 108 Divya Tala, the Vishnu temples, 107 and 108 being Paramapada and also the Milk Ocean. But their headquarters, the Bhuloka Vaikuntha for the Sri Vaishnava is Lord Ranganathji. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started the Nama Sankirtan movement in Ranganathji temple at Srirangam, where actually Lord Chaitanya Sankirtan movement was talk of the town for all the 4 months when he was present there. Everyone, they were completely mesmerized by Lord Chaitanya because it is the headquarters. So they worship actually Lord Ranganathji as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Dashyabha. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave Madhurya Bhav, Madhurya Ras through this Premanama Sankirtan. And he stayed at the head priest of Ranganathji temple, Venkata Bhatta. And his son became a Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And his small father, he is Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to give lectures every day. Gopala Bhatta Goswami used to hear. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to fondle Gopala Bhatta Goswami. He used to give food remnants. And then he used to give instruction, advice that till your mothers are present here, serve them nicely. And after that, you should come to Vrindavan. So till the age of 30, Gopala Bhatta Goswami was at Srirangam. And he came to Vrindavan at the age of 30. And he lived in Vrindavan with our materialistic vision for 45 years more. So his Bhumi Leela pastime is around 75 years. So sometimes question may arise, if a person's Siddha Deha Swarupa is in Dasya Bhav, serving Lord Narayana at Vaikuntha, after giving up his present body, if he is getting attracted to the Prema Nama Sankirtan pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, will he go to Vaikuntha or to Goloka Vrindavan? The answer is yes and no. If the Siddha Deha Swarupa is Vaikuntha, they may go there. But Mahaprabhu has also elevated them from Dashya Bhav to Madhurya Bhav. That is also possible. Promotion is also there in the spiritual world also. If there is promotion in the material world, it is just only a shadowy reflection of the promotion that is present in the spiritual world. Promotion is also there, but Siddha Deha Swarupa is also fixed. So the answer is both yes and no. Mahaprabhu's mercy, yeah. They can also want to worship Krishna in a so loving way, because in Vaikuntha Loka it is only power and opulence. Goloka Vrindavan means sweet and beauty. So Mahaprabhu stressed the beauty of Lord Sri Krishna, and there was a small discussion in a humorous way. You all know that with the Venkata Bhatta, and Mahaprabhu used to put question to him, why Lakshmi Devi, even in spite of doing tapas till today, she is not able to enter into the Rasalila pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, and why she got attracted to Krishna. So Venkata Bhatta mentioned that both personality are one and the same. There is no question of losing her chastity. Then Mahaprabhu told that actually she wanted to retain her eternal constitutional position as Lakshmi Devi and at the same time want to enter into the Rasalila pastime, which is not possible. Even the Upanishads, they did great tapas and then they entered into the pastimes of Rasalila pastimes. Lord Shiva also, as Gopeshwar Mahadev, he could participate as audience, not as a gopi. He could dance along with Krishna. His desire, because in Vrindavan, all the 12 forests, now we all see that Mahadev will be the Vrindavan, Gopeshwara Mahadev, then Govardhan, Chakleshwara Mahadev, Kamyavan, Kameshwar Mahadev, then Chintaharan Mahadev, then in Mathura, Rangeshwar, Bhuteshwar Mahadev, wherever Krishna does pastime, he used to pray to Krishna, please, please, please. I should not be kept out of any of the pastime. I have to be included. And that's why actually there will be many Mahadev in Vrindavan. None of the pastime he wanted to miss. He also doesn't want to miss Rasalila pastime. He could participate only as an audience, but at least he is happy that I could participate and see how Krishna is dancing with the gopis. He's very happy. At least he is able to participate. Narada as a Naradiya gopi wanted to participate, but still in Tapovan, Bandiravan. Lakshmi Devi is doing tapas, but she is doing tapas in such a way that she does tapas at the bank of Yamuna. The other shore of the Yamuna, actually, Rasalila dance, a tinkling sound also will come. Tinkling sound. At least she could hear them, but she couldn't enter. But Krishna comes and then pacifies her. So even at Tirupati also, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, when Radha Govinda Ashtasaki was installed at Alipari, the foothills of Tirupati temple, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, I still remember during the opening ceremony, he mentioned that Lord Balaji will daily come here and then do Rasalila pastimes here. So it was his statement. Then after a few years, noises will start to come from the altar of Radha Govinda temple, because in Tirupati, ISKCON Tirupati, we had a Lord Radha Govinda and Ashtasakis. Then the watchmen, they would resign their job. See, they were speculating that it is some ghostly disturbance sound. And then when the news went to the temple president, His Grace Revati Raman Prabhu, he actually slept in the temple hall room. Then he could hear the tinkling sound coming from the altar. And then it was already clear that what the statements of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj told, even now actually the devotees could hear the Rasalila pastimes happening there. Rasalila actually, that is actually the core essence of Madhurya Ras. It is not an ordinary dance. Step dance, music, the bodily gestures, movement, perspiration, background scene like Yamuna, moon, having love with each other, everyone thinking that Krishna is personally present with them. That is the highest form of dance, Rasalila. And that's why actually Lakshmi Devi also wanted to enter into the deep, mysterious pastimes. So then such a nice conversation happened. Then actually Lord Chaitanya, he left Srirangam and he went to Madurai. So Madurai also, he also did many such pastimes. This is actually the residence of Venkata Bhatta. Then after Gopala Bhatta Goswami's parents passed away, he came to Vrindavan. He was well received by Rupa Sanatan Goswami. Then Rupa Sanatan Goswami, they sent a message to Lord Chaitanya, who was residing at Jagannath Puri, that Gopala Bhatta Goswami has come to Vrindavan. Then Mahaprabhu immediately gave his kopil, as a loving gift to Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Sometimes the spiritual master also gives a coping to his dear disciples, which should be worshipped. Not to be kept in the altar, but should be kept in a worshipable place when he is placed. So when Gopala Bhatta Goswami went there, all the Goswamis nicely welcomed him. And Mahaprabhu also sent his dear gift. Gopala Bhatta Goswami was feeling extremely in trance, and he assisted Rupa Sanatan Goswami in many of his writings, also Jiva Goswami. He also wrote many literatures. Then he stayed there for some time, and then he actually took a holy pilgrimage to river Gandaki, which is at Nepal. And then he bathed there, and then in his water pot, actually many salagram sila used to come. Then when he used to again put it in the river, again they will come. At last there were 12 salagram silas. But he had the desire that one merchant came there, and then he also expressed his desire by giving ornaments. But he told, all my salagram silas are in round shape. So how can I dress with your ornaments and also clothes? Then actually it was Narasingha Chaturdasi when this incident happened. Then Gopala Bhatta Goswami offered footstep, and then he kept all the deities in rest. The next day morning, one Damodar Sila manifested himself as Radha Raman. So actually Radha Raman manifested one day after Narasingha Chaturdasi. You can see in our Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar. So whenever Narasingha Chaturdasi comes, you can remember that the next day is actually the appearance day of Radha Ramanji. So what's such wonderful pastime? Stylish boy. And this is also a movable deity who doesn't want to go out of Vrindavan. So mesmerizing deity. Everyone came running to see actually this beautiful deity of Radha Ramanji. Because in Vrindavan, we all know that initially there were Madan Mohan, Govindji, Gopinathji. Then when Janava Mata came there, actually she instructed to keep Radha also under her instruction. But here actually in Radha Ramanji, there is no Radha deity specifically being kept. Because actually Gopala Bhatta Goswami hankered and lamented after the disappearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the dream and mentioned that I will appear in this form and I am non-different. So actually for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, this Radha Ramanji is non-different from Radha Krishna. So in this Radha Ramanji, already Radha Krishna is present there. But the local tradition pujaris, they worship that Radharani is in the left side of Ramanji, and then they worship with her holy name. But this is actually the combined form of Radha Krishna, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also there and coming in the form of Radha Ramanji. So wonderful, so merciful, everyone, because like if a beautiful boy or a girl gets birth in a family, the entire family gets joy. So similarly, like actually this wonderful small deity in Tribanga form, three-bended form, self-manifested, Suyambhu. All the Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, Sanatana Goswami, Lavanga Manjari, Jiva Goswami, Vilasa Manjari, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Rati Manjari, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Raga Manjari, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Guna Manjari, Lokanath Goswami, Leela Manjari, Bhugarbha Goswami, her Manjari form, Bhugarbha, I don't remember. Then Jagannath Das Babaji, Rasika Manjari, Srinivas Acharya, Mani Manjari, Ramachandra Kaviraj, Karna Manjari, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Kamala Manjari, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, all Nayana Manjari. They could see Radha and Krishna in this deity. They had a big festival. Prema Manjari, I think, yes. Bhugarbha Goswami is Prema Manjari. So all Manjaris, they are all devoted followers of Lalita Vishaka Saki, who are all devoted to Radharani. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that one who takes darshan of Radha Ramanji, it means that they have taken darshan of all the other Goswami temples of Vrindavan, because here actually the deity is manifested in such a way. The face is Govindji, the broadened chest is Gopinathji, and his lotus feet is Madan Mohan, all in one form. So mesmerizing, beautiful form, nicely decorated, like for a small boy. Sometimes we used to say that you are like a brinjal, you have a small leg, small hand like that. So here actually this hologram deity being manifested wonderfully with style, nice reciprocation, moving according to his will. So much vibrant this place, Radha Ramanji. And the Prabhupada used to mention that we have to learn the art of deity worship from Sri Radha Ramanji temple. So wonderfully manifested. This deity also got manifested because of the devotion of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. His separation moved from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Maha, I am not different from this deity. You can worship me in this form. That's all. So Gopala Bhatta Goswami, when he was staying at Deva Vandiyagram for a few days on the way to Haridwar, he stayed at the house of a Brahmana. He didn't have any child. Then he blessed him. Then he told that when I get my first child, I will give this son as adoption to you. Then after 10 years, there was when Gopala Bhatta Goswami went to Yamuna and came back to his bhajan kutir. He saw a small child sitting and he asked about his identity. Then he told that you came and then stayed in our house and I was born and my father asked me to go to your bhajan kutir and serve there. And he served till the end of his life, Gopinath Pujari, taking care of this wonderful, beautiful form of Radha Ramanji. So mesmerizing. Many beautiful pastimes happened here at Radha Ramanji temple, where there is also the Samadhi Mandir of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. There are both. Samadhi Mandir is very, very powerful. So we can pray to Gopala Bhatta Goswami to have steadfast devotion. And he also assisted in the spiritual mission of the Goswamis of Vrindavan by helping them to edit literatures. And he also wrote Satkriya Sara Deepika. I mean, Satkriya Sara Deepika means how one should perform Garbhadana Samskara, then Upanayana, then Vivaha Yajna, then even the funeral, all such in a Krishna conscious way, because there was some confusion how to do that. So this combined form of Radha and Krishna as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can see in the deity form of Radha Ramanji. And his dear disciple is Srinivasa Acharya, who is none other than Mani Manjari. So they are all very, very devoted in the pastimes of Shri Radha Krishna, because these Manjaris, they could approach Radha Krishna at any time, 24/7, because their eternal form is like a 6 to 7 years old small girl. So when Radha Krishna is sitting, or they are having they want to have a juice, or they want to lie on the bed of flowers, someone wants to fan them. Only these Manjaris can do. They have close access to Sri Radha Krishna. And we should feel pride that their identity is very close to Lalita Vishakashaki and also to Sri Radha Krishna. Just by following their instruction, they have the adhikar to bring us closer and closer to Krishna, and they one day engage us in the eternal pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna, where there is eternal pastime, eternally living with them. So he also assisted Sanatana Goswami in editing Hari Bhakti Vilas. Many such things happened with Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Then Ramachandra Kaviraj. Gopala Bhatta Goswami, disciple is Srinivasa Acharya, and disciple of Srinivasa Acharya is Ramachandra Kaviraj, who had a complexion like a Gandharva. So his name is also mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela. Kandavasi Mukunda Dasa Shri Raghunandan Narahari Dasa Chiranjiva Sulochana Yeshoba Mahashaka Chaitanya Kripadama Prema Phala Pula Kore Jahan Tahan Dana. Sri Kandavasi Mukunda, his son Sri Raghunandana, were the 39th branch of the tree. Narahari was the 40th. Chiranjiva, he is the father of Ramachandra Kaviraj and Govinda Kaviraj. The 41st and Sulochana, the 42nd, they were all big branches of the all-merciful tree of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They distributed the fruits and flowers of love of God at anywhere and everywhere. So here we can see Chiranjiva's name being mentioned. Chiranjiva's wife is Sunanda. Sunanda's father is Damodar Sen. Damodar Sen is a great scholar, but a follower of Durga Devi. Once he had a debate, the person who got defeated, he cursed Damodar Sen, who is the father of Sunanda, that you will not have a male progenitor. And then he somehow or other pacified him, that he told that, okay, there will be twin sons born of your daughter, but you, not for you. Then for Chiranjiva and Sunanda, Ramachandra Kaviraj and Govinda Kaviraj, they took their birth. They are not twins, but brothers. But the two sons of Chiranjiva, they are all Srikanta Damvasi, staunch follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They used to have the bhava of worshipping, being inclined to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu more and more. So Ramachandra Kaviraj, after he got married with Ratnamala. So before marriage, actually, there is a procession of going in a palanquin. So when they went through Jajigram, Ramachandra Kaviraj was being seen by Srinivasacharya, and Srinivasacharya whispered, if he is having like a body like a Gandharva, if he engages in devotional service, then it would be nice. That voice penetrated the heart of Ramachandra Kaviraj, and he discussed the loving devotional sentiment of Radha and Krishna, and they both surrendered to Srinivasa Acharya. Such nice pastime all happened there. So Ramachandra Kaviraj is very, very dear to his dear spiritual master Srinivasa Acharya, and also to Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur sings, no? Ramachandra Shanka Mage Narottama Dasa. So his safeguard places, Ramachandra Kaviraj will come like Bhagavan Gola, Telia Baduri, Kumarapara. Kumarapara is the place actually where the king Narasingha actually deputed Rupa Narayan along with his scholars to go and then defeat Narottam Das Thakur, because he was initiating Brahmanas. So Ramachandra Kaviraj and Ganga Narayan Chakravarti, they disguised as the potter and also the beetle leaf seller, and they defeated, and they were mesmerized, and they all claimed themselves to be the disciples of Narottam Das Thakur, and they came to the senses that if disciples of Narottam Das Thakur are very eloquent in Sanskrit pronunciation and debate and also grammar, then we can't do anything with the Narottam Das Thakur. They all went to such pastime, all happened at a place called as Kumarapara. So this is actually the worshipable deities of Ramachandra Kaviraj and Govinda Kaviraj. Gaura Narayan and Gopal, I think it's, they call it as Gaura Narayan, Gopala Narayan, deities. They're personal worshipable deities of Ramachandra Kaviraj and Govinda Kaviraj. Still we can see that. And this is actually the Sri part of Srinivasa Acharya. This is actually Bhagavan Gola, where this is also the Sri part of Ramachandra Kaviraj. They're personal worshipable deities. Janava Mata, when she was going to Keturi, she stayed here twice. On a day, actually, when she went, actually, she again gave one Balagopal deity. And when she returned back, actually, she also gave one more Shyama Raya deity from Vrindavan. So all such pastimes happened here. These are all the personal worshipable deity of Ramachandra Kaviraj, Jagannath Ji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. We can also see the Shyamarai deities, which was personally given by Janava Mata. And here, because actually Ramachandra Kaviraj, he was a staunch devotee of Mahaprabhu, but Govinda Kaviraj, initially he was a staunch devotee of Durga Devi. So daily he also used to offer lotus flower to Durga Devi. But one day, Ramachandra Kaviraj, he offered mentally all the lotus flower in the pond to the Supreme Lord. And then, to Supreme Lord means to Lord Jagannath. Then, when Govinda Kaviraj, he took two of the lotus and when he offered to Durga Devi, Kali Devi, then after some time, when he saw the deity that actually Kali Devi was holding the two lotus flower in her hand because it was already mentally offered by Ramachandra Kaviraj to the Supreme Lord, and Durga Devi came in the dream of Govinda Kaviraj saying that my master and guru is Lord Sri Krishna. Now it's the time. I am perfectly happy and satisfied with your way of worshipping me. Now the epitome has come. Now you should start worshipping Radha Krishna. And after getting instruction from Durga Devi, then Govinda Kaviraj, he wrote letter to Srinivasa Acharya to Ramachandra Kaviraj, and then Ramachandra Kaviraj recommended his brother to be initiated to his spiritual master Srinivasa Acharya. Then later he was also initiated. So here we can see that even the strong worshipper of Durga Devi, how he also by the divine association of pure devotees like Ramachandra Kaviraj also got elevated in worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Radha Krishna, coming from Sakta platform to Vaishnava platform. So all such divine pastimes all happened here. And there is also a place called as Telia Baduri. So these are all the Kunja tree, the creeper, Kumarapara. This is actually Kumarapara, where actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed here. And then Ramachandra Kaviraj, Govinda Kaviraj, they all stayed here. Wonderful. And the Samadhi Mandir is also located here. And this is Shyamaraya deity, personally gifted by Janava Devi to Ramachandra Kaviraj. We can also have a nice darshan of such deities because it's a big altar. The left-hand side we can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Nityananda Prabhu deity. In the middle deity we can see Shyamaraya, and in the right-hand side also there is a small deity which is called as Balagopal. So in one occasion, Janava Mata gifted Balagopal, and on another occasion gifted this Shyamaraya deities from Vrindavan, and their personal worshipable deity Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu is also in the left side of the altar. This is the close shot of Shyamaraya deities gifted by Janava Mata to Ramachandra Kaviraj, mentioning that Krishna has personally appeared before you. They wanted to accept your service. And we all know that how Ramachandra Kaviraj, Shyamananda Pandit, Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, they were very intimately reciprocating the feelings at Vrindavan. And when once Srinivasa Acharya was residing at Vana Vishnupur, the wife of Srinivasa Acharya they became panic because actually he went into trance and few days he didn't come out of the trance in the samadhi mode. Then when this news reached to Ramachandra Kaviraj at Telia Baduri, he immediately arrived there. And then he also sat next to his spiritual master Srinivasa Acharya, and he also went into the trance mode because there actually his spiritual master Srinivasa Acharya's Mani Manjari told to his dear disciple Ramachandra Kaviraj in the form of Karna Manjari that Radharani has lost her nose ring. Now we have to find, and actually somehow or other it fell into a pond no one could find. It was actually hidden beneath a leaf. Karna Manjari actually took that nose ring, handed over to Mani Manjari. Mani Manjari gave it to Guna Manjari, the Gopala Bhatta Goswami. See how actually that also goes, the spiritual master. Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Srinivasa Acharya, then Ramachandra Kaviraj. So Karna Manjari giving the lost nose ring of Radharani to his spiritual master Mani Manjari. Mani Manjari gave it to Guna Manjari. Then Guna Manjari handed over to Lalita Shaki, and then it was handed over to Radharani. Radharani was extremely pleased with Karna Manjari because no one could find, only Ramachandra Kaviraj could find. And then she gave her remnants of beetle nut. And when he came out of the trance, actually, he really had that beetle nut remnants in his hand, and he started to distribute that remnants of Srimati Radharani. Such deep pastime souls happened there. So very, very clean, you can see. So then we will finally end up by hearing the glorious pastimes of Lochan Das Thakur. So he was born with the parents of Kamalakara. His birthplace is Kogram near Katwa district of Burdwan. He wrote Chaitanya Mangal. And the Samadhi of Lochan Das Thakur is also at Kogram. And here we can see the Murti of Lochan Das Thakur, the left right side of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. He is famous for writing Chaitanya Mangal. Before that, actually, Vrindavan Das Thakur wrote Mahaprabhu's pastime and he named it as Chaitanya Mangal. Then when Lochan Das Thakur also named his work as Chaitanya Mangal, then the Vaishnavas, he went and then met Vrindavan Das Thakur at Denur. Then the Vaishnavas started out. Now let it be named as Chaitanya Bhagavat. So nice, wonderful, beautiful pastimes of Mahaprabhu he has depicted there. Parama Karuna, Pahudui Jana, Nitai Gaura Chandra, Saba Avatar Sara Siromani, Kevala Ananda Kanda. So he used to say that the crest jewel of incarnation, the essence of incarnation is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. They give all auspiciousness and they are the source of eternal bliss. But later he had a little regret that I have glorified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I haven't glorified Nityananda Prabhu. Then he composed many songs. Then he used to say that those who are not worshipping Lord Nityananda, I want to kick their head, and those who are not worshipping Nitai, let the scorching sun destroy them, like that. So it was the devotional sentiment which was exhibited by Lochan Das Thakur, and he actually wrote this Chaitanya Mangal under this banyan tree beneath. And this Bhajan Kutir, which is like a dome, this is the Bhajan Kutir of his spiritual master Narahari Sarkar, because Narahari Sarkar is Madhumati Shaki. So she used to give honey and all to Krishna Balaram. So when Nityananda Prabhu came to Srikanda and he visited the house of Narahari Sarkar, he was asking for honey. Then he was wondering, where will I go for honey? Because Balaram would drink tons and tons of pots of honey. Then when he went to the courtyard of his house, there actually a big pond turned into a honey. All such pastime happened here at Srikanda. So he wrote many literatures, but he demonstrated this Gaura Nagari Bhav. Gaura Nagari Bhav means actually even when there are 7 Nama Sankirtan groups during the Jagannath Radhayatra festival, this group, especially Raghunandan, Thakur, and then Narahari Sarkar, Lochan Das Thakur, they all used to sing only Gaura Bhajan. So they were so strong, Gaura Nagara Bhava. And here we can see that in the writings, poems also, how it is getting exhibited. So we are sure that by just meditating, praising, glorifying the glorious activities, remembering them, slowly and steadily, we will be also entering into the pastimes of Shri Shri Gaureta, Shri Shri Radha Krishna, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, certainly by the mercy of the entire Guru Parampara. So this is the greatest boon that they are giving us, Braja Bhakti, and also this Gaura Prem. Hare Krishna, thank you. With this, I am ending this session. If you have any comments, realization, or doubts, so you feel free to ask. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. Very grateful to you, Prabhuji. So many acharyas, so many nice pastimes. Prabhu, when you are saying about different acharyas as manjuris, you were closing your eyes and repeating all of those beautiful names. So nicely memorized, Prabhuji. Do you have any chart to memorize those?
Yeah, there are Gaura this Depika, there are there. We can actually, like in the initial stages, we used to have slokas of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam to recite, and verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because sometimes when we get free time, the generally tendency is that to push the hand up or down in the mobile phone. Better to have this chart, and then three things we can memorize. One is their Shripad places, their parents, their worshipable deities, and also their identity in Krishna Leela. So in that way, actually, the mind cannot be vacant. No, somehow or other, it has to think of something. So if we have such thing, better we can meditate on that. So in that way, we can also engage our mind in getting absorbed in Gaura Leela. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, if you have any chart that you made for yourself, please share with us, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. We have raised
Okay, I will
hands.
share with you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Sunil Prabhu, go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandathanam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So many glorification for our acharyas. Prabhu, I have a question regarding Devanand Pandit. Like you have said, Prabhu has committed many offenses to Shiva's Pandit, but how did he even develop the desire that I want to serve Akrishna Pandit? Because after committing offense, one go away from spiritual life. But he has developed that attraction towards Vakrishna Pandit. He served him. How that was possible?
So the answer is that actually mercy comes only through devotees. So that is the lesson. So actually, he was even not attracted by Krishna. So actually, Krishna is the property of his pure devotees. So the Bhakti Sakti can flow only through pure devotees. So somehow or other, he was attracted by the Sankirtan and dancing pastimes of Vakreshwara Pandit. But he didn't have even a slight tinge of attraction to Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan pastimes. But when the same holy name was chanted by Vakreshwara Pandit and he was dancing in Navadip, he got attracted. Initially, he got attracted that somehow or other he actually made crowd management seva, and then he was attracted. Then he brought him to home. Then he served him. He took care of him excellently. That's why when we serve a devotee or the spiritual master, they call it as with wholeheartedly, with the soul, a deep connection. Then the spiritual master gets satisfied. So actually, his service to Vakreshwara Pandit, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the Chaitya Guru Paramatma, he understood. Oh, he got the understanding. You have rightly got the essence, because the essence of bhakti is to serve the devotees. First of all, one should have a strong sense of conviction that first devotees should be served very nicely. That's all. Nothing to worry. Then if devotees are, because devotees are connected with Krishna, that's why the sense of service should be done to the devotees. So Mahaprabhu is also doing, because actually Mahaprabhu gave the statement, get lost, I don't want to see your face. Sometimes spiritual master may also chastise, get lost, I don't want to see your face. So it should not be taken literally and apparently. So the chances for rectification is also there. So the pure devotees are more merciful than the Supreme Lord. So that's the essence here Mahaprabhu wants to teach us through Devananda Pandit. Somehow or other they come in contact, they get that Bhakti Sakti, that's all. Knowingly or unknowingly. When Prabhupada went to America, many people came in contact. Maybe some devotees might have their Purva Vasana or some devotional might have left and they come, but many people, even first time instance, by their side glance, they get that Bhakti Sakti, the power of attorney. This is what Mahaprabhu wants to depict. I am completely under the control of my devotees. You have served Vakreshwar Pandit, he is happy, now I am sold out to you. That's all. That's the message he is giving to us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, should we fast on this Acharya's appearance like a Vakreshwar Pandit, Damodar Pandit?
It's not in the calendar, but if one fast also and there is no health issue, there is no harm in it. Because actually, as I told, there are innumerable Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas. Every day actually has a birthday and a disappearance day of Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
Yes.
getting late, Prabhuji, for everyone. And I think no more questions also. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Again, we wish you a happy Gauranga New Year, Prabhuji, as you wished for all of us. Thank you so much. I would like to offer my obeisances to you and all the Vaishnavas summoned on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Grace Jivana GauraHari
Jai.
Prabhu ji ki jai.
Gauraga ki
Thank you,
jai.
Prabhuji. Hare
Gaura
Krishna.
Kata ki jai.